Carly. This is your group class with Stretch Lab in Glenview. You're welcome to have your camera on or not, whatever makes you feel better. Stretch Lab has one-on-one assisted stretches. We do a customized flexibility programs for you and whatever your needs are and whatever your goals are. And then we also offer group classes. So normally those have up to 6 people in them. And this is one of those group classes we're doing online right now today. You'll need a wall and honestly, whatever makes you like comfy. Like if you want to have a pillow, we're going to be doing a lot of like stagnant stretches as well, as in like sitting in one place, not necessarily like just holding. And if you want water, that's where I'm looking. Like I have a bunch of water with me right now. Just stay hydrated because that's always important. And then we're going to go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with some dynamic warm-ups. So we have neck isolations. So we're going to start by just looking up and center and down and center. And then we're just going to repeat that. So we're going to get all the muscles in the front of your neck while you're doing this and all the muscles in your back of your neck. It's really nice to be able to look up and just stay or hold if you want to as well. Do this a few more times. Up, center, down, center. Keeping your shoulders relaxed this entire time. And when you're ready, meet me in the center. We're going to look right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center. Starting to feel the muscles on that rotate your neck. So you'll feel it right about here, and you can even feel like a tensing in your neck if you feel right just above your collarbone. So right and center, left and center. And then when you're ready, meet me back at the center again. We're going to do some lateral tilts. So tilt right and center and left and center. Really feeling this on the side of your neck. So right all along here. We rarely move our heads like this, I feel like. On a day-to-day basis, we always move up and down, right and left, not necessarily tilted to the side. So this is also really nice. And when you're ready, meet me back at the center. We're going to start doing some arm circles. So just rolling your shoulders back. And so eventually lead to our arms. Noticing how, like for me, my back seems to crack or something all the way down when I'm rolling backward. So noticing the little things that your body's doing. And then rolling forward. Really elevating your shoulders, so bringing your shoulders closer to your ears like you're going to shrug, and then pressing them back down, pressing your shoulders down to the earth, just to roll them back, up again. Let's start rolling them back again, but adding our elbows. Starting to get more of our upper body involved. You can do whatever with your hands. And at this point, I'm thinking about leading with my elbows, and my shoulders will naturally follow. And then rolling forward. Again, really thinking about keeping your shoulders down away from your ears. So as you're coming down, we're gonna roll back again, starting to add our arms. And remembering that this just depends how far back you're going to get, just depends upon your flexibility in your own personal body. So just remembering that your body is yours, not the person next to you, not the person next to them. Do whatever you need for your body during this. I will be offering modifications as well. But remembering that if something doesn't work for you, I'll be paying attention. And if you have a question, I'll be able to answer at any time. Let's roll forward, involving the entirety of our upper body. Really reaching towards the energy behind you and bringing in something you want to have for the day. Really, we're gonna end in the front. Our arm palms are gonna face forward or down. We're just gonna reach and we're gonna pull our elbows back behind us as we squeeze our shoulder blades together. So we're gonna reach and pull, reach and pull. Reaching for a goal we want to achieve for today. Maybe it's just to feel better. And as we pull it and we squish it in between our shoulder blades, we're crushing it like we're crumbling up a piece of paper and we're throwing in the garbage can, we're throwing in the fireplace. Just getting rid of it and bring it out of your mind. You don't need it. And 4, we'll hold it center. Arms. 2. Last time, hold it center, lower our arms. I'm gonna just so that you can see. We're gonna start tilting your torso. So we're gonna not squish our ribs together, but lengthen. And using this opposite arm, making it heavy and pulling ourselves back up. Keeping that arm heavy to come down. And again, the opposite arm heavy to come back up. And again, we're not squishing into our ribs. We're lengthening up and out in order to feel a stretch on the other side of our obliques, sides of our torso. So again, tilting to the right and left. And 2, we'll hold it high. Last time. Hold it high. We're gonna rotate that torso. So making sure that you can bring your arms to a prayer if that's easier for you. It's easier for me. Rotating as far as you can towards the right and then coming back to the center. And repeating to the left and back to the center. What we're aiming to do is we're aiming to keep our hips in the same place. So we're just moving from that thoracic spine, which is going to be in the middle of our back. So turning right. And I find this easier to have my hands in prayer because then you're not just, they're moving, it feels like more to me like they're moving with you as opposed to just dragging along the floor. Making sure that you're keeping your palms together, your elbows up, and following that gaze with the movement. And 2, we'll hold it in the center. Last time. Even yourself out if you need to. If you are next to a floor, let's roll out those wrists. So rolling in, and rolling out, rolling in, and rolling out. If you're next to the floor, that's perfect for what we're gonna do next. So you're gonna place your hands on the ground. You're gonna place your wrists underneath your shoulders. Your hips are gonna be right on top of those knees. You're gonna lower your belly to the ground. Look up, inhale. This is called cow pose in yoga. As you exhale, press into those palms and curve your back towards the ceiling. Look either through your legs or at your belly button. You can do this at your own pace. Inhale, look up for that cow pose. Exhale and come into that cat pose. Really feeling your core open up during this cow and your back during this cat. Eventually you want to be able to lead everything from the tailbone, but if that's not going to happen today for you, that's totally fine too. Just do what you can. Remember to inhale and exhale on that cat. Inhale and exhale. One more time, coming back to a neutral spine. The next thing you're going to do is you are going to come onto your elbows, keeping those wrists right underneath your elbow right underneath your shoulder, and lengthening yourself out so that you're lying on the ground, and then pressing into your forearms to lift yourself up. Keeping that chest nice and open, and it's going to look like this from the side. So you're keeping your hips on the ground, your legs are on the ground, and your toes can be just pointing towards the ground. What we're doing here is we're getting into those transverse abdominals, which are right around your core. They're the deepest layer of your core. They have horizontal fibers. And you're also getting into that rectus abdominis, so that's six to that APAC, which is those have vertical fibers. Those are just the entirety of your torso. It's the most outer layer of your core. We're gonna be here for about 12 more seconds. Just breathing, pressing into the ground with your forearms, pressing with your hands. 3, 2, 1. Relax, bring it down to the ground, kind of shake it out. You big inhale and a big exhale. Placing your forearms back underneath on the ground, elbows back underneath your shoulders. We're gonna be here for another 30 seconds. 30 seconds is about what you need in order to really start feeling like you're making it, not feeling, but if you stretch for 30 seconds minimum, that's when you're really getting intrinsic, into the layer muscles, and that's when you're really starting to make a difference. And of course, we have our ads in Spotify to help us going. Still breathing. Keeping that chest nice and open. You're proud. You're proud of what you're doing. You're proud of you taking the time. This is time for you. Be proud of that. It's really hard to just stop it sometimes, but what we're doing is that we're taking the time to really just be today. 3, 2, 1. Come back on the ground. Stretch it out. We're going to do one more, but this is going to be a little bit more. So press your palms into the floor right next to your chest and then press up. You can keep those knees on the ground if you want to. If this isn't working for you, this is a lot of flexion in our wrists. You can come right back down to this pose we were at before. This pose is called a Sphinx in yoga, but it's really just an on elbow stomach stretch. This one is a rising stomach stretch in yoga. If you lift your knees, it's called an upward dog. Yoga really does have a lot of like stretching poses. And this one is also not just getting into those abs, but it's getting to your chest as well. And then you're also going to feel it in your hips as well. Just breathing. Keeping a slight bend in those elbows and pressing those palms into the ground. You can do this. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, come right back down. Shake it out. Sit back on your heels so that you can come and sit back up. Maybe give your wrists a roll. I, of course, have everything on the ground on my pants now. We're gonna reach forward with that upper back. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna place our hands right on top of each other. It doesn't matter if it's left on top of right, right on top of left. Your arms are straight in front of you. Your back is nice and long. Pretending your hands are on a table, you're just going to slide forward. What we're doing is we're getting into that upper back. So we're really getting into those traps in the rhomboid major and minor. Your ears are right in between your biceps, looking down at the ground. And right here, it's okay if you give in to that feeling of your upper traps. Your upper traps are going to hold a lot of tension. They're right just at the top of our spine here. They make like a diamond shape. And it's really easy.
Carly, I have a quick question about that.
What's up?
So when I'm doing this stretch to the side, do I want to allow my lower back to relax, or do I want to keep the lower back erect and then just stretch the top of the back?
Keeping your lower back erect and one leg's on the line and just stretching the top of the back.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Remember that we're still breathing. Remember that we're breathing through those bellies. I'm here for 3, 2, 1. Come on up, shake it out, give your shoulders a good roll forward and back. We're going to do it one more time. Place your hands together, maybe place the other hand on top this time, keeping those arms long, maybe slight bend in those elbows, looking through your biceps and then just reaching forward like your hands are on a table and you're trying to slide. Do you remember how in like elementary school, we used to have those like reach forward where you would like have your arms out and then you would try to slide that into that top point. You're trying to see as far as you can reach on that. There was like a measurement thing. Elementary school told me a long time ago for all of us, but if you remember what I'm talking about, that's what you're also kind of what you're trying to do, except you're trying to reach forward, make that measurement farther, keeping your spine nice and long. We're gonna hold here for 3, 2, 1. Come on back, shake it out, rolling those shoulders again. We're gonna come onto our hands and knees again. What we're going to do is we're going to lift our right arm up out towards the side, and then let it spiral us open and out. So you're trying to keep your hips square. If this isn't working for you, if your wrists have issues, because again, this could be a lot of flexion, you're welcome to come onto your forearms and do it that way. What we're really doing is we're gonna feel this in our pecs, and we're gonna feel this in our spine. So there's a lot of small vertical muscles that run on and around our spine. So we're really gonna be getting to those. And you can also feel this in those obliques as well. Breathing, maybe looking up towards the sky, maybe looking down towards the ground, whatever is better for your neck. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Come back down, shake it out. Maybe bringing your head closer to your tailbone. And then you're gonna reach your left arm out to the side, and it's like something's pressing you up. Remembering that we're keeping those wrists right underneath those elbows, and again, those hips are still on top of those knees. A nice opener for our chest as well. We spend a lot, especially with this quarantine, we're spending a lot of time with ourselves hunched over and our fingers like this on our computers. This for me is just normal. I call it dinosaur hands. You hear a lot of that in ballet. It's like your hands are tiny, but your head is huge. There was a movie that had that. I can't remember in the trailer. I can't remember what movie it was. But it was a kid's movie. All right, we're gonna be here for 3, 2, 1. Come back down, shake it out. We're gonna do this one more time on each side. So reaching that right arm out and bringing it up towards the sky. And again, this is also dependent on your own rotation. Don't compare yourself, because this is gonna look different for everybody. And growing up as a dancer, I've become really flexible over the years. So if this isn't as far as you can get, don't compare yourself to me. Don't pay attention to me. Maybe you're here, that's totally fine. We're going to breathe, pressing into that left palm. Trying to do this backwards is a little confusing. We're here for 3, 2, 1. Come back down, shake it out. We're going to do this one more time on the other side, and then you won't see this move again. Bringing that right arm out, reaching. The left arm, reaching up towards the sky. Sending energy out those fingers. What are you reaching for today? What are your goals for today? What are you motivated to do? remembering that we're still breathing. It's really easy to get lost, especially in this position. It's really easy to lose that breath. So remembering to just inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down, shake it out. You can sit back on your glutes now. What we're gonna do is we're gonna reach our right hand up to the sky. You can bring your left hand on your hip. You can bring it down, whatever. Inhale, reach up long. Exhale, tilt over. You can look up, you can look down. So this is a reaching lateral stretch. You're again, just like in that warm up, not trying to crunch into your side, but leaving that side nice and long and coming up and over something. You should really be feeling this in those obliques. You should really be feeling this in your quadratus lumborum, excuse me. That muscle is in your lower back. It's right down here. It's what keeps your ribs connected to your pelvis. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back up, relax, shake it out. Maybe take a breath in and a breath out. Reaching that left hand up towards the sky. Remember to keep those upper traps down. We're not trying to engage those. Inhale, reach up towards the sky, and exhale, come on over to the other side. Depending on how your neck's feeling, maybe you look up, maybe you look down. Your legs can be doing honestly whatever they want right now. So I'm seated on top of my legs like this. You can have your legs crossed. You can really honestly, like, you could be standing up to do this. You don't need to be seated. But I'm just choosing to do this seated. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back down, relax, shake it out. Reaching that right hand up towards the sky again. Inhale. Exhale, reaching on over to the side. Again, making sure that we're keeping those upper traps down here. So especially as I was saying earlier, we're hanging out like this a lot because we're always on the computers. We're using our, sitting at a desk a lot for work, so maybe. So what you're doing by hunching over is you're really using those upper traps, and those upper traps just to me, they seem to people mainly seem to feel them when as a lot of tension. So just trying to keep them down, keeping your shoulders down, but not to press. We don't want to be like, feel like we're constantly pushing down on our shoulders. So just trying to relax them so that they're not coming up like this and they're not staying like purposefully down. Maybe notice if you're feeling like your ears are close to your shoulder, like you're shrugging up. And then what I'll do is I'll just take my other hand and I'll press down on my shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Come on up. And if you can just use it sometimes to notice what your body's doing. That's honestly sometimes much easier. One more time, reaching up. We have to even ourselves out and reaching over to the side. Maybe again, use that hand. Feel your shoulder. Make sure you're not keeping that stress and that tension in those upper traps. Take a moment to be in the stillness. We don't really let ourselves be in a lot of stillness during the day, which sounds like it would be a bad thing, but it's really nice sometimes. I mean, that's what meditation is, right? Stillness. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up, shake it out. What we're going to do is we're going to bring our palms together, fingers interlaced, place our palm, the backside of our hands onto our head, and we reach down and back with our arms and our fingers. So what we're getting into here, this is called a reaching up back stretch, and we're really getting into our teres major and our lats here. Mostly our lats. So our lats start at our armpit, they come down to our hip, and you can also, they also attach at our ribs, excuse me, our spine. They're a huge muscle. You feel them anytime you're like, if you're doing like shoulder press ups. So just keeping like palms down and back. Yeah, anytime you're working out and you feel your armpit squeeze, that's where your lats are. This pose is fun because it's like you're on a cabana now. Imagine you can be at the beach right now. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, shake it out. We're gonna do this one more time for another 30 seconds, but give yourself a little break. Again, interlacing your fingers, placing them on top of your head, pressing down and out.
America's #1 detergent. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
It's like someone is pressing out on your elbows as you're doing this. You're trying to keep them nice and wide, but you're trying to keep your back nice and neutral. You're not trying to come and open your chest out. So keeping a natural best spine. Just pressing on those elbows. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down, shake it out. Those can be a lot for your upper shoulders too, for those traps. All right, we're gonna get into those fingers and those forearms. What I want you to do is you reach out your hand long in front of you, palm up, take your other hand, press down on those fingers. So we're starting to get into those forearm. What we're really getting into is those flexors. So we're not gonna do the extensors because we're already spending a lot of time, again, like this, and extending our fingers. So we're trying to even ourselves out by flexing that wrist a little bit. You can keep a soft bend in your elbow. My elbows are hyperextended, which basically means that my elbow doesn't naturally stay like this. My elbow naturally, whatever this is, it's not good for you. So if you're like me, you have hyperextended elbows, just keep a slight bend in your elbow as you're doing this. You're gonna feel this a lot in your wrist right here as well, just because you're pressing back on those fingers and you're getting a lot of flexion in those wrists. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down, shake it out. Again, maybe give your wrists a roll. Just breathing. Bringing your other arm out long, that left arm. Bring your palm up, bringing your left palm, fingers, and pressing back on your fingers. Really getting into that forearm. And again, your fingers can come back as far as naturally can. If that's just here and you feel it a ton, that's fine too. Remembering that everybody's flexibility is going to be different, and that's just how our bodies are naturally made up. And there's certain things that it can account for it. Sometimes it's genetic, sometimes it's the way your body is physically just is. And it's not learning to fight against it, it's learning to accept it and be with it and know that you can start to improve it if you want to by doing things like stretching. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, shake it out. Sometimes you don't have to accept things as they are. Sometimes if you can make a change about it and you can do it healthily and make it better so it's better for you, do it. As long as it's not hurting anybody, as long as it's not hurting you. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Bringing that right left arm out, bringing those palms down. If you want, you can do the opposite this time. You can bring your palms to face towards you and your fingers. I chose, again, to do it this way because we're spending so much time here. But if you choose to do it this way the second time, you're gonna get into a lot of the forearm here as well. A lot of those extensors. Really just depends on like what you're doing. If you aren't spending a lot of time here, maybe this does feel really good for you. But again, like changing if you want to is like maybe that's one. Pushing back and letting all those things that you want to achieve, all those motivations, just kind of flow in. Keeping your palm, if you're keeping your palm open, you're welcoming them all. If you're keeping them down, you're swooping them all in. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Side. We're gonna bring that arm out, arms out, or maybe arms down. Spending a lot of time or not, maybe this is better. And amazingly, you would think that a lot of our muscles that are just extend and flex our fingers would start like maybe around our wrist. No, they start like all the way up, they finish. Their like ends are around our elbows. So it's really, those muscles are really long. So doing something like this, or you can also keep your palms down, your fingers facing towards you and on your knees. This is also a really good way of stretching out those flexors as well because they're really high up there. Still breathing. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to, sorry, all my notes are on my computer. We're going to interlace our fingers. So if I'm looking somewhere else, that's not you, that's why. We're going to bring our arms up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to, I'm just changing so you can see, we're going to bend our arms and having our fingertips right near the base of our neck and the base of our spine. So what we're doing here is that we're getting into those triceps. You also really feel it all along those your back and into those lats. If this isn't working for you, you can also do one elbow like that, bring your other arm and just pull. This is more gonna get into your triceps. You'll feel it more along your elbow. But if you do it this way, you're gonna get like really into your back as well. I'm gonna breathe. Trying to keep your neck up high. What I naturally tend to do is I naturally tend to bend my neck forward, but we're not trying to do that. We're trying to keep it nice and neutral. And that's where something maybe like this would come in handy if you're having trouble keeping your neck nice and neutral while keeping your elbows, your arms behind you. And also again, we're not trying to splay those ribs out. We're trying to keep them nice and knit and underneath our ribs. Still breathing. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, shake it out. We're gonna do this one more time. Interlacing those fingers again. Bring those arms up high, and then like your hands are like an anchor. Just don't press down too hard. Make sure your hands are resting softly on your neck. You're not pressing into that neck. And then this one necessarily isn't supposed to get into the chest, but you do kind of feel it in the chest because you're opening up. Again, because we're spending so much time like this, that the nice chest opener is really just, it's doing wonders. And this angle is great because you can see all the sweat I'm getting on my armpits. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, relax, shake it out. All right, this is where if you have that wall, it's gonna be really helpful. What you're gonna do is you can stand up. I'm gonna just demonstrate this kneeling. You're gonna place your arm on the wall, palm on the wall. You're gonna turn so that you're facing parallel, perpendicular. Math is my forte, but this is not my forte. So you're gonna turn so you're facing away from the wall. You're going to walk yourself out until you feel comfortable, and then you're going to stop with that palm still on the wall. From the other angle, it's going to look like this. And what you're really doing here is we're getting into your chest, those pecs, and we're really getting into, excuse me, we're really getting into those pecs, and we're really getting into those traps. You're going to also feel it along some of those muscles in your back. If this isn't working for you, bend your arm. You won't be getting into as many muscles, but you'll still be getting into those pecs. You'll still be getting into those traps. So just breathing while you're here, pressing your palm into the wall. And then if you want to like get a different angle on those pecs, so we're really just getting this middle now. It's gonna be right around my boot, which is why I'm right there. But if you want to feel it in your upper more, you can bring your arm up. You can bring your arm down. If you want to feel the lower part more, really just getting an angle. When we stretch, there's more than one way to stretch so that A, we can get into those muscles, but B, we can get into all of those muscles. So for example, when we're doing our hamstrings, if we do this, we're definitely getting into the back side of our leg. But if you turn your toes in, you're going to get into the outer part more of those hamstrings. If you turn your toes out, you're going to get into the inner part more. So the same can be done for any part of your muscles. I'm going to be here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, shake it out. Give your chest a nice relaxer, maybe opening up your shoulders, closing them in. Bring yourself up to the opposite side of the wall. Again, doing that same thing. Bring your palm up onto the wall. Turning to face the side of the wall, and then bringing your arm out. And again, if you're keeping that arm out, you can also get into those biceps. But the reason we also have the option of keeping that bent arm is just based on your flexibility. And if it's not working for you to keep your arm all the way out here, if you can't do this with your arm, then shorten that lever, bend the elbow. You're still getting into some of those same muscles. Again, you'll get into a little bit more muscles, especially in your bicep out here, but bend that arm if that's better for you. Still breathing. Maybe hydrate when you need to. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. Come on out of it. Maybe now get some water. And remembering to hydrate. All right, we're gonna go back in that first side one more time. So again, palm up against the wall. Trying to face, I keep demonstrating the same side. Trying to face but away from the wall and just walking yourself out. I'm gonna do it this way, just so that I can get into the other side. And then also, don't expect your palm, if your fingers to stay up and down like that. That's not gonna work. Especially like it's just gonna get weird places in your wrist. You're not able to actually open yourself out all the way if you're trying to keep your fingers up and down like that. So, fingers facing towards the opposite end of the wall. Does that make sense? So if you're facing that way, your fingers are facing that way. And then I'll also demonstrate the elbow. And if you're choosing to do the elbow, know your chest is going to open up a little bit, but you're trying to keep those ribs still knitted underneath to make your, yes. You're not trying to still keep yourself knitted, those ribs knitted in. You really feel it more in your armpit if you do the bent one too. If you're doing the arm one, you still feel it in the armpit, but you feel just more, I feel more like a stretch through this part of my chest. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. I think we still have the other side. Yes, we have to even ourselves out. All right. Again, get yourself into that setup. Come into the side here. We're trying to keep a neutral pelvis while we're here as well. You can also do this, if you're doing this standing, it's a little bit easier to keep your pelvis neutral. If you're doing this kneeling, if you're doing this sitting, it's easier to keep your pelvis neutral. If you're doing this kneeling, like me, remember that we want to keep, remembering our pelvis is like a bowl. So we want to not let, and remembering, thinking about that bowl as like having a hot soup in it, or not trying to tilt forward so that we're getting those ribs come out. You're spilling soup at that end. If you tuck your pelvis back, your bowl is going to start spilling out this end because you're bringing your ribs closer to your hip bones. So you're trying to keep that pelvis nice and neutral, not letting anything spill out of that bowl. And then we're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, shake it out. All right, we have a couple more things. The first is that we're going to bring our, your one hand is gonna come out, your other hand, doesn't matter which one it is, it's gonna come on top of that. You're going to reach up, and then here instead, you're just going to keep reaching. We're gonna get this a little bit more into our back. Now, really getting into those lats. Really getting into your anterior deltoid. Remembering again that maybe you don't want to keep your chin up. Maybe you want to keep it, you're trying to keep your chin up, but it's a little bit hard. So sometimes you're going to want to come forward like this. No, we're just going to reach up. And this is a reaching back. I'm not very good at telling the names of these stretches, honestly, because I don't remember them very well. I know what they do, I promise. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, shake it out. One more time, we're gonna reach those arms up into those lats. Again, it's really hard not to keep your chin from coming towards your chest, so try not to, keeping that neutral spine. Your biceps, maybe your ears are in between your biceps, that's fine. But it's like you're trying to, your fingertips are like the string of a balloon. That balloon is just trying to rise, right? Because helium is not very good with gravity, apparently. So the helium is trying to come away from the ground. We're reaching up. Maybe you're reaching towards the sky. Maybe you're reaching towards those goals for your day. You're reaching towards those achievements that you're trying to get to. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. One more thing. So we're going to reach our arm nice and high. We're going to bring our, this is my right arm, but your right arm, how about that? on top of your ear, and then just pull down. So you're trying to bring, now you are trying to bring your ear to your shoulder, but instead of bringing your shoulder to your ear, you're bringing your ear to your shoulder. So what we're doing is we're pulling our head down. We're really getting into the sides of the neck muscles here. Just breathing, just relaxing. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Lengthen your head up. This one's a little bit much because if you're like not used to keeping your head on an angle, it's very weird, and then come back up. So let's even ourselves out. Let's bring that other arm up, bring that ear onto your hand on your ear, and pull down the other side. Your elbow staying up. Honestly, my neck cracks a ton. So whenever I do this, it already cracked like at the beginning of this class, but this is where my neck would normally crack. So just breathing, being here. We're here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, shake it out. If you want to, you can do this again. I'm running a little over, so I don't want to keep you. We're gonna do one more thing. Reach those arms up to the ceiling. Bring your hands into a prayer. Bring that prayer right in front of your chest. You just need to close your eyes. Just breathe and be here. Again, it's like a meditation. Stretching is really good for you because you get to hold, and you get to be, and you get to just pause and be and breathe. And so I like to end my classes here because you get to do the same thing. Just pausing, you're just being. You do you, you become the best you. We're gonna take 2 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. All right, that was your 45 minute. It ends up being more like a 48 upper body stretch. Again, my name is Carly. I am with Stretch Lab Glenview. If you have any questions, let me know. We, again, are one-on-one assisted stretching. We do customized flexibility programs based on you and your needs. And we have things like this, which is a group class. My name is Carly. Wow, I don't know why I did that. Thank you.